I wanted to share a story with you, something that happened to me. I had a client that used to come into my salon, and when I first started doing her hair, she was probably maybe in her 50s. So, what was really interesting about her is that she had no interest in God, and she knew that I was a Christian, but she had absolutely no interest in God. And she told me, she made it very clear, I'm not interested in God. I don't want to hear about it. I know that you're a Christian, but I'm just not interested in hearing anything about it. And so I remember over the years, I did her hair every week for almost 25 to 30 years. And it's kind of interesting how you can do someone's hair for so long and you know them better than some of their own family members. But that's the reality of it. I saw her every single week for almost a year. And I remember one time I was down in San Diego. My husband and I were down there, and we went to this church down there. It's called the Rock Church down in San Diego. We really liked that church. Anyway, so we would always go down there when we traveled, and we went to the Rock Church, and I went into their bookstore. They have like a bookstore on the side of inside the lobby. And so I went in there and I found this book, and it was called Jesus Calling. And so I thought, hey, she doesn't want me to say anything about God, so I'm going to just get a book about God. And I knew the Jesus Calling books were really good. And so anyway, I bought this book for her, and I took it back, and I noticed that she was always looking at, like, she had like books of Psalms, um, thoughts, different types of things like that, because she wasn't a believer, so she didn't really understand the Psalms. But she had all these books on good thoughts and positive thinking and all this. And so I thought, you know what, this Jesus Calling is going to be perfect for her. So I got it, gave it to her, wrapped it up, gave it to her for Christmas. And I said, I noticed that you like to read a lot of books, the Psalms, and, nice positive things. And I said, well, this is an amazing book. Every day, you can do one study every day. And then in the Jesus Calling book, there's the date. So you can go from every date of the year, and you can go like a daily devotional type thing. So anyway, she started reading it, and several months went by, and I remember we were in the shampoo room, and I can remember her sitting in the shampoo chair. And she would always, when she'd come in, she'd say, I love that book. I love that book. But this one time she came in and she sat down in the shampoo chair, and she just looked me straight in the eyes, and she said, Michelle, Jesus is God. And I said, I know. And she said, I didn't know Jesus was God. She goes, Jesus is God. And she just kept repeating it over and over. And I remember just, she was so happy. She was so, it was just like this light bulb went on in her head. And she's like, Jesus is God. And I said, I know. And I was able to lead her to the Lord right there in that chair. Simple little prayer, Jesus, come into my life. I know I'm a sinner. Please save me. I want to be with you in heaven. And so that was the beginning of her journey. And I continued to see her every week, for more years. And I remember one year she came in and she said, I want to give this book to my friend, my caregiver, because her caregiver was so sweet. She was the nicest caregiver. And I said, what's funny is when I bought that book, I actually bought two of them when I first originally bought it, because I thought, oh, I'll get one for myself. I wound up never really using it because I like to read my Bible. And I said, it's funny, I bought two that day. And she said, really? And I go, yeah. She goes, I want that book for my caregiver. And so I was able to give her the other book that I had purchased on the same day that she got her Jesus Calling book. And she didn't want to give her book to her caregiver because she had written all kinds of notes and stuff in her book and dates and thoughts and things that had come to her mind. And so she was able to give the caregiver a new book. And then the next year, I was able to buy her another book. Fast forward, she has now since passed away. And I am looking so forward to the day that I'm going to see her in heaven and be able to share eternity with her. She was probably one of my favorite clients, and I'm just so thankful that God put that in my heart to share with her, because I will definitely be able to see her again. Have a beautiful day.